Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. It's a Saturday. Um, Marvel Avengers Endgame re-release is out. I went and seen it yesterday, and um, I was pleasantly surprised at the 6 minutes they added. And I don't know if I should talk about it or not. I'm not going to talk about it yet. Talk about it for fact next week. But this week, I want y'all to go see it. Um, if you're a true Marvel fan, you know what I mean, you'll appreciate it. If you're one of these people that are going to see Endgame only because someone said, hey, go see Endgame because it's a really good movie, you're going to walk out of there saying, that was stupid, I hated that, or whatever. I don't know. There's people who are griefing this film for no reason whatsoever. I mean, literally, I'm still brought to tears over it. Literally, it's a very great movie, and I've seen it 4 times now, and I can't imagine how anyone can say some of the things that people are saying in regards to this movie as though it's not a good movie. And it clearly is a good movie. Let's see, we got a chat there to skip me. Hey, guys, going Noble? Welcome, welcome. So what we have is Thanos from Infinity War. Now, so Thanos was given to us before from Guardians of the Galaxy. And if you remember, I think he made 2 or 3 appearances. I think he was in Avengers, and I think both Guardians of the Galaxy movies, just little minor roles. And in one of them, I think it was Guardians of the Galaxy, because that's where this comes from. He's in the throne. Now, when they fleshed him out, totally landed on an actor, because there's a couple actors actually displayed that portrayed this character. When they finally totally fleshed him out, they made some changes to him, specifically in his size. Hey, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. So this one now essentially is no longer true to scale to what the fleshed out one is. But he still comes on the throne. I'm not taking him off the throne. So on the throne, you really can't see how big he is. I mean, I'll take him off the throne here for today's comparison video. But for the most part, he's always going to be living here on this throne. And the throne's pretty cool. It actually has LED lights. I don't have any of the batteries in it, but there's LED lights underneath the areas on it. Don't remember where all they are. Yeah, on all these pieces. So on the foot pedestal, on the seat, and on the arms are LED lights, because when we see him in this throne, the throne's hovering in outer space and being hovered there by these rockets or whatever that are underneath it propelling it. So you can light this up, and it looks really cool. And like I said, he fits that story. He fits being on the throne, which is part of the Thanos story. But no, he's not true to scale now to what the new ones are. He's true to scale what he was then, but he works perfectly on the throne, tells that story. He sits there in the corner with the Chitauri warriors around him telling that story. And he came with a pair of fists, pair of open hands, and the alternate, I don't know what you'd call it, loincloth maybe, but it's not cloth, it's rubber, for when you stand him up. Because when he's sitting, you have this sitting piece. So if we're going to stand him up here, and don't get me wrong, he was big in this representation of him. He's just not as big as he is now. So this just comes undone with these little posts there. And then we're just going to snap those on there. So we can have Thanos standing for comparison purposes to today's Thanos. And yes, this is a Hot Toys Thanos as well. Lynn, how's it going, man? So it's not really fair here because Tony's on his base stand and Thanos is not, but if he was not on a base stand, there'd be your size difference. So, and we know from the movie, obviously, he's much taller than that. So let's get to cracking on the new one. Tony over here. That's what I handle on the top of this box from Hot Toys. Got this from Big Bad Toy Store, of course. And I'm sure you guys seen the red and black Spider-Man that's out on pre-order now. I mean, what a time to be a Spider-Man fan. Jeez, this is exciting. I don't even know how many Spider-Man figures I have coming now. Scarlet Spider, Spider-Punk, Advanced Suit Spider, Movie Promo Edition Spider, the Red and Black Spider, right? Scarlet Spider, Spider-Punk, Advanced Suit Spider, Movie Promo Spider, Red and Black Suit Spider. Oh, and the Spider Noir or the Stealth Suit Spider. So 6 Spider-Man figures coming. 6. They're putting Iron Man to shame, man. In regards to how many are coming at one time. I mean, within the next year. That's like that's awesome. Plus you have the homemade suit, you have the Iron Spider. If you want to count the Sentinel re-edit Spider. And then you have the Homecoming Spider. So 9 spiders. And then I seen something that flashed yesterday that said that supposedly and I don't remember, I thought it said Marvel Cinematic Universe, but unless they signed the new contract, Sony owns Spider-Man. But it said that there's 7 more movies planned with Tom Holland as Spider-Man in it. Whoa. Whoa. Add that up. So, of course, this is MMS 479, Thanos from Infinity War. Next week, by the way, I'm going to be doing my Black Panther from Black Panther, which is the one that has the UV reflective coating on his suit. Really excited about that. Really excited about that lamp that it comes with, the display lamp. That's what I'm really looking forward to as well. So I'm going to light Thor up, light up this Neon Mark IV. By the way, because I have never had an opportunity to go to San Diego Comic-Con, I wasn't able to order the Mark VI. Green Weeaboo, I haven't seen you in ages, man. Welcome, welcome. Wasn't able to order the Mark VI because it has to be picked up at San Diego Comic-Con. So maybe I'll be lucky enough that Sideshow will have some to sell to us commoners that aren't privileged enough to make it to San Diego Comic-Con. Otherwise, I'm going to be in trouble trying to track down a Mark VI Neon. So we're back to the regular Infinity War box style where we got the little cutout here. What am I feeling here? The words Thanos, I can feel those. And then I can feel the A. Other than that, it's nice and smooth. Nothing on here. Josh Brolin, not only did he play Thanos, he also played Cable in Deadpool. Here's the names of the people that are responsible for making this figure. See that or not? Right there. And boy, you can tell automatically before we even go any further. Look at that. Huge difference here. So he'll go back on the throne and he will do his job as being Thanos on the throne. I'll do it myself. A dream top 5 top 20 Hot Toys list of ones that I own or ones that I want or the ones that everyone should get. He had a motion capture sleeve on his arm that a full body motion capture sleeve. I thought it was funny when Deadpool first did when Ryan Reynolds first did the first sneak of the Deadpool 2 movie, and they had Thanos before he was totally 3D'd out. He's like, what is this? So I guess the top 5 must-have Hot Toys figures. I can't comment on all the Hot Toys figures. I can comment on the Marvel line. I can comment on like R2D2, and I've only have the one Hot Toys R2D2 made, and I don't think it surpasses the Sideshow ones. Personally, maybe this next one will. It's coming out in God knows when. Why is this? For some reason there's taping something down here. So I guess I'll pull the whole thing out. Normally I don't pull out this purple, this back sleeve, but for some reason it's taped down to something. So there must be something in there. So as far as I'm concerned, okay, looks like it's the perhaps the back wall for Thanos. Literally, Thanos just committed suicide. He jumped out of the case, splattered right on the ground. Thanos, what the hell? For real, dude? That's how things have gotten now? So I guess we're unboxing this upside down. You get an Avengers base, Infinity War, or you can use the planet. And since we got this out, let's go ahead and see what this is. It's going to be one of those, right? Mark 7 diecast is a definite. I've not had it yet. I'm basing it off of the popularity of the Mark 7 and the fact that it's diecast, that I have a feeling that is definitely going to be one. What in the world is this? Okay, all right. Okay. So, this is weird. It looks like it either goes like that or like that, but this definitely folds up here, and then these fold in as such, and then this would make a square. We see this also like on the Doctor Strange diorama that came with. So this is supposed to be Titan, right? Wasn't this Titan where he pulled the planet down, the moon down onto the guys as he was attacking them? Don't know why this extra piece is here. Maybe because they couldn't get it in. Yeah, that's why. They couldn't get it in the box without, so they had to put that there. But I'm assuming, though, you're supposed to keep it up in that manner. I wonder how stable that's going to be with that like that. Or if you don't have the height to put it all, I guess you would fold it down like that and just put it flat. But yeah, there's the moon that he pulled down on Tony. That Tony references an Endgame. You smashed my face with a planet or something like that, he said. There's no fight. You smashed my face with a planet. I think that's what he said. Alright, let's continue doing this upside down unboxing. Because now this is totally empty. As it was totally taped to all sorts of crap in here. They just, what the hell? It's like somebody went crazy with the tape and just started throwing tape everywhere. Jeez. Here's the empty shell. Hot Toy Silica in there. Make sure you don't eat that. When's the last time you seen an upside down unboxing? Thanos, dude, I'm sorry things are tough. I don't know why you had to do that. That's kind of crazy. See what the instruction manual says. If anything, I'm almost like 100% positive he doesn't light up. So it's just going to talk about moving his head and, interchangeable head sculpt. Interchangeable arms. Well, I'll be doggone. There are batteries in his Infinity Gauntlet. How about that? And there's an interchangeable fist on the Infinity Gauntlet. You can either have a fist or an open hand. And then it talks about how much you can move the stuff. Okay. He's got the crotch rider for the solid pole. And it looks like it's a clear plastic pole. So there we go. That's that. Set all this aside. Set all this aside. Sheesh. I think Hot Toy for sabotaging my unboxing. That was swell of you guys. Taping everything totally up inside so that it just falls apart. What the hell? How would you do that? That's crazy, man. Ah, jeez. I tried to ignore this mess down here because I didn't want to see how bad it really was. Oh. Thanos! Why? Thanos is insane, dude. He's the Mad Titan for fact. When I was watching Endgame again, I was just so amazed about how he so. Okay, so this is like the bottom of wherever his legs were. So, I mean, this would be probably right here, I guess, supporting his legs. How when what's the dude's name? The Sorcerer from his Black Order. You know, he's like seeing his demise or whatever. You know, I'm not trying to ruin it or whatever. I'm assuming you guys have seen Endgame by now. You know, and Thanos is just all watching it like, you know, cool. I accomplished it. You know, it's like, dude, you just watched yourself get killed. You ain't right, man. You ain't right. I tell you, that Mark 50, man, I really dig that Mark 50 right there. Talking about top 10s. I'm really digging that Mark 50. Thanos died 3 times already from going to the head, turned to dust, and suffered the same. Yeah, he did. This is a Hot Toys. Yes, this is a Hot Toys MMS 479 Movie Masterpiece Series figure Hot Toys 1/6 scale Thanos from Infinity War. Dustin, how's it going, man? Hot Toys control your factories. That's right. Your employees, whatever, whoever. That's right. They've gone insane over there. Hot Toys has lost their mind. Siri, Robert, thank you. Up, raining. Wow. That's the good thing about living here. We don't have rain throughout the entire summer. It's very rare. Thank you, Dustin, for Saturday. Vincent, good morning. Welcome to the channel. Wish Thanos had voice feature. What would he say? Couldn't stand your failure. What led you back to me? Yeah. I like, you know, I don't want to ruin Endgame. Evidently, there's people still that haven't seen the movie, which blows my mind. Someone said that the other day when they're talking about the re-release, right? And they were like, so here's the outer shell. They're like, you mean it's been out of the theaters? I haven't even seen it the first time. I was like, are you kidding me? And this is supposedly somebody that's in the, you know, in the hobby. And I was kind of taken aback by that. It's like, how have you not seen this? And being in the hobby. It's insane. It's insane. I guess just some people, their lives or their priorities or their money factor or whatever they got going on just don't afford them the opportunity to be able to take advantage of this right now. So I guess you have to respect that to some degree. And we've already talked about the movie before, so it's not taboo. I just don't want to. I just hate ruining it for somebody who hasn't seen it. So, and this is an Infinity War figure, so we can talk about Infinity War all day long. I guess I just want to try to avoid Avengers Endgame at this point. Because it's out in the theaters again. Go see it. Support it. Support your actors. Support the story. Support Stan Lee, who's, you know, obviously no longer with us. But the whole thing, you know. So, right off the bat, let's see. Show you this. When this Thanos came out, there's a scene in the movie where, at one of the end scenes, where he goes to Odin's vault and takes this, and he says something like, "If you want something, if you want a job done right, you got to do it yourself, or fine, I'll do it myself, or something. I don't remember what it is. And he puts the gauntlet on. So I ordered this from a third-party manufacturer that made this to go with this Thanos. And so he's properly colored for this Thanos. And I just never put it on it. So I have this. What I'm thinking about doing, I'm not going to tell you what I'm thinking about doing, but I've got a plan for this, actually, that I think is really going to be cool. But anyhow, the reason I'm showing you this is to show you this, to show you this. I showed you that to show you this. Look at that. So this is supposedly scaled to Guardians of the Galaxy, Thanos, Infinity Gauntlet, and there we go, the 1/6 scale Infinity Gauntlet. You guys see that? Big difference there. Big difference. So, I'm going to set that over here with that Thanos. All right, so now we have Thanos here with us. Give him some breath. We have two different head sculpts. We have constipated Thanos. And we have just regular chilling out Thanos. Let's see, do we need some lights here? Let's give us some lights. So there's just regular Thanos right there. You see that? He feels very solidly built. I mean, he took a nosedive clean off the table. Dude, that was like a 30-foot tall drop for you. Like jumping from a third-story building. Are you insane? That was a stupid question. Of course you're insane. We know that. Jeez, anybody want to do what you've been doing and making that your life goal? So much so you did nothing other than obsess over collecting the Affinity Stones? Dude, you are insane. Love your insanity. So let's see, what would be the scene from Infinity War? You know what I believe the scene from Infinity War would be with Thanos? And there's so many of them. You can have him confronting Captain America. You could have him, of course, confronting Thor with Stormbreaker. But I think how I'm going to pose him will be somehow using Star-Lord, Iron Man Mark 50, Iron Spider. Who else was involved in like the big grab scene? Doctor Strange, where you've got everybody just totally up against him. It's probably where I'm going to go with this. I have to say, that's what I'm leaning towards. So what you have here is, if you want to have this non-seamed Thanos arm, which is bendable, okay, you can use this, or if you want to have, obviously, the already bent arm, you can do this, because then you don't have to worry about cracking up the non-seamed elbow, which is always a major concern, in regards to that. Now, they both appear to be lightable. Let's check the instruction manual again. And I'm saying that only because of the clear ball there on the end. And then you would put whichever hand you want, whether or not you want to use the fist, okay, or articulated fingers. And yeah, They're totally articulated. The fingers are. Let's see if the thumb is, and the thumb. So you can put the hands into different positions for that. Show you the inside here, these two, the difference between them. By the way, so again, this is third party. This is Hot Toys. This was Guardians of the Galaxy scale. This is the scale, the official scale. So this is an officially licensed product. This is what they said Thanos was. But obviously, you know, he is not. Kind of like the color of this better than this. Interesting. There's on the head. Don't know what this is. I wonder if in the process of the manufacture of it, when they were doing the teeth, if that's how they got the teeth into the head. I'm not going to mess with that. I don't think it's supposed to be messed with. But I think that's what that is. Right there. But it's not in this one. There's nothing to light up. I mean, his eyes don't glow. This is definitely cloth. It's all one big I thought it was a unitard, but it's not. But this is cloth. This is a hard PVC plastic. This is the soft rubber. You can feel the little joint in there. You can press it in. There where the joint is. Okay. And this is also like a PVC plastic, but this is textured. Like it would be cloth, but it's not. And then this, of course, is smooth. But this is cloth. His waist doesn't seem to want to move left or right much at all. You hear that? That's it. Very loud clicking there. Don't know where front was anymore. I suppose if you wanted to try to get him into the throne, you could sit him. But this isn't sitting Thanos. You know what I'm saying? This is kicking ass Thanos. And in-game Thanos will be kicking ass and taking names Thanos. But this, I can't imagine me ever wanting to put this in the throne. You're welcome to. If you want to get the throne, toss this Thanos, sell it to somebody, and only use this as the true scale Thanos and put this guy in the throne or the other Thanos in the throne, hey, you're welcome to do that. I don't know. I'm going to assume that the way that the arm pieces are with the throne, as low as they are towards the seat area, that you're not going to get a good arm rest in that capacity. But I would imagine you'd probably get closer to the back, because the back is also pretty far back compared to where the rest of the body is for this Thanos figure. But no, in my opinion, this is not a sitting on the throne Thanos. This hip feels a little loose to me. So this one's nice and tight on the right. This one feels just a little loose. Now, I don't know if that's because he committed suicide and jumped off of a 30-story building, or a 3-story building 30 feet to his death, or if it just came that way. I'm going to assume it came that way. I'm not going to return it. It's not a problem as far as I'm concerned, but it just feels a little loose. For whatever reason. Now, I like these, and this is a short one, because when you use these, you know, they blend into the background, doesn't really show up. It's plastic, and then you have the crotch rider, which is good because there's no waist grabber that's going to wrap around that waist. It's not going to happen. So you, of course, would just slide this right up his butt, and it would hold him in his spot. And I use these for lots of figures. Lots of figures. The Hall of Armor specifically. I use these. I like them a lot. Mantis, yeah, the Hot Toys has not made one that we have. Hot Toys has not made one. There are two companies that have made a Mantis, Bullet Head, and I don't remember what the other one is, and I don't remember if I ordered them both. They're slightly different, and she, like you said, it's been 4 movies that she's been in, which is amazing, and I love her. Palm Clementif was her, I believe was her real name, and I love the Mantis figure. I thought it was funny when who was it? Um, Rocket was talking about the family. He's like, he names everybody, and he's like, the girl with the antenna or whatever. What the hell? Rocket's crazy. I thought it was funny also in Endgame when like they're chasing him on Asgard, and the guards are like, get the rabbit. So I enjoyed that as well. I thought that was pretty funny. So let's light up this Infinity Gauntlet, man. Let's where are we at? Let's light up this one. I don't think we need to light them both up. And as you guys know, I'm not keeping the batteries in here because I don't want to blow up my figures. By the way, if any of y'all ever need batteries, hey, contact me. I'll ship them to you. Well, I want to make some money out of it. I want to make a couple bucks at least because these things aren't cheap. But I'm never going to use them. They're just going to sit here, you know. So let me know if you need batteries for any of your figures. Okay, so it looks like the entire piece comes off by perhaps the thumb area. So that would be the inside. No. No. Okay. So on these arms, there's 3 areas that have like this I don't know what you'd call that. Laced area. It kind of looks like it's laced. And then there's the 4th area that does not have the lace. That's the part that comes off. The part that doesn't have the lace on it. So don't try to pull the pieces with the lace on it. They're not going to come out. It's going to be the piece here that doesn't have the lace on it. That's what comes off. And it's not the entire piece that comes off, just the front cover. It's going to be the same on both of these arms. That piece and on here, it's at the top. A little more difficult as the arm doesn't bend. Come on, what in the world? What is it saying? Twist? Twist. Then pull. Okay, so literally there's a thumb mark there. And it ain't thumb marking. There we go. So yeah, it's the same piece on both arms. The bent arm is smaller than the straight arm, so you won't be able to get them confused. But it's the piece without the lacing on it. So let's go ahead and put this back on. We're not going to do this one, I don't believe. Interesting. I don't think I want to be spinning it around much, to tell you the truth. I have a feeling you'll probably end up breaking something, like the wire that goes to the LED bulb. That's crazy that they would tell you to do that. I mean, that makes 0 sense to me, I have to say. Really enjoyed. I have to say, man, I really enjoyed Endgame again. And for those of you that haven't seen it, get out there and see the doggone movie. What are you waiting on? For real. It cost me $8 to go see the movie. I think the screw's in there too deep for me to get to. And yeah, even though 4 times, dude, I was still crying through the movie. Even though I knew all the scenes. I mean, I didn't know the scenes. I was still crying at the movie. And then the additional scenes they put in the movie, oh my God. Crying again like a freaking baby. Loved it. Bring your tissues. It was nice being in a theater where the people interact. You know, when you got all the laughter coming about by your participants in the theater with you, it really makes it for a great experience. The hell? Did you super glue this thing in after putting it in? But I'll tell you, man, at the point where the additional footage was put in, I mean, this is what I was hearing throughout the whole theater. As everyone's sniffing up their tears. Sheesh. So I wasn't the only one crying there, man. I tell you what, amazing, amazing movie. And people are all like, they only did it just to whip Avatar. Hey, Avatar also did a re-release on its, months after it was out. And truthfully, in all fairness, domestically, Avengers Endgame already has whipped Avatar way before the re-release. And internationally, it was only short by like $30,000 when you take everything in from the difference of the movies and dollars are made. So who cares? Um, I've enjoyed Avatar, really enjoyed Endgame. I will go see Avatar 2 and 3 and 4 and whatever else they have. But really, Avatar was a new thing when it came out. Sure, the concept of the story was used pretty much the same as Pocahontas or Dances with Wolves. It wasn't like a new story. But what was neat was the 3D aspect of it, which was new to theaters at that point on a broad scale. And I think that had a lot to do with the money that Avatar made. Certainly wasn't because it was an amazing story, because it really wasn't an amazing story. It was a good story. But like I said, it's the same thing as Pocahontas and the same thing as Dances with Wolves. So it was like an old story just retold. But I think a lot of the Avatar money came from it being 3D and it just being so cool seeing some of the things in 3D there at the theater. Whereas Avengers Endgame, I don't even think I even paid once for a 3D version of it. I don't even know if it was available. I haven't seen it in IMAX, so I've only seen it. I mean, not in an IMAX theater. I'm assuming that's IMAX, but I mean like an IMAX theater. Like the IMAX theater. So 12 times. Man, that's awesome. All right, we got her open. Finally. Look at this. Look at the length of the screw, man. This thing's like almost a half-inch long. I almost threw it on the ground. I'm not gonna pick it up again. I mean, I'll pick it up again. I'm not gonna pick it up again to show you how long it is. It's long. Trust me. What are these batteries? These are LR621s, which are like the common battery for all of this. But yeah, go see Endgame. Go see Endgame again, or for the first time, whichever the case is. And I'm going to see Spider-Man Far From Home on Monday midnight, Tuesday morning. Excited about that. Because I was a Spider-Man fan before anything. It's funny. Last night, somebody posted on Facebook if Batman and Iron Man were to get into a fight, who would win? And I responded, first off, I responded that I hate to have to say this, and this is truly up for debate, and a lot of people are going to have different opinions on this, but it's my opinion. If Batman and Iron Man were to fight, Batman would win. Now, hear me out. The reason I say that is because Batman totally prepares for every contingency. That dude, he freaking carries shark repellent with him. You know what I'm saying? He can whip anybody because he's already got every possible move figured out that you're going to do to him. He studied you like a team playing an adversary college or something like that. He knows everything you're going to do before you even do it. He's inside your brain, Batman is. And I don't mean like he has the magical ability, because he's not. He's just super trained and he's rich and he's a genius. But this is nice. Check that out. You see that? This pivots left and right. Anyhow, so he would have Tony totally figured out. But then I went on to say, if it was the best 2 out of 3, Iron Man hands down. And I'll tell you why. Certainly Batman's going to kick his ass the first time. Tony's not going to give up. And Tony, because of his heart, is just going to destroy Batman. And heck, Tony's got the gadgets. And heck, he might not even leave his living room. Tony might just totally fight Batman and not even be in the suit. So, 2 out of 3, it'd be Iron Man. Single right up off the bat, the two encountered each other. Totally Batman. Totally. So let's see what this looks like. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's nice. Let's kill some of these lights. That's nice. Wow. So I don't know if you can really see the colors here. Um, so we have orange, like a citrine orange. And then we have red, kind of like a pinkish red, but it's red. It's not pink. Um, I don't remember what they call that color, but it's a light shade of red. And then we have blue, and I mean blue. That's blue. And then we have purple. God, I keep pointing to these, and his arm is in the way. Forgive me, guys. So let's get this over here. So we have orange, and it's kind of like a citrine orange, and we have red, and then we have a blue, I mean a real blue, and we have a real purple. And then we have this yellow is kind of a subdued yellow. I don't know what I would call that. And then this last one here, I believe I would call it teal or an aquamarine color right there. And they really look nice. It's really cool. I'm going to turn it off here. There it is, off and on. Very bright. Very good looking. If anything were to be lit up, this would be lit up. This and the Iron Man Mark 50 together lit up. Oh man. If you're going to pay for a display to be lit up, put the Mark 50 versus Thanos and light these guys up. That is cool. Really like that. And so on top of that, we have, of course, like I was showing you, an articulated hand. Totally put these fingers into different positions. And then you can move the hand about on here. And you can pivot it about as well. So this is really nice. Really digging this. Really, really cool. Look at that. Look how much that moves. That'd be the same on the other arm as well. Similarly designed. So let's put the fist on here. So all you do is pop this off. Has nothing to do with it being on or off, because this is nothing. The light is in here. And then we'll just put this on. And there's the fist. However you'd wish you'd want to display this. There's that color there. I'm impressed. I mean, that's really what you want. That's really what you're looking for right there. That's the money maker. That's amazing. And this lights up too. Little batteries that go inside here. Um, these are all nice and smooth on this third party Infinity Gauntlet, whereas these are jagged. They're rough cut Infinity Stones. Nothing pretty about them. They're just a stone. There it is. So let's get some lights back on here. All right, what I missed on chat? Or just story on Thanos. That would be, that'd be nice. There's so much story there with Thanos. It really is. We kind of got like a brief little story on him, kind of like we did with Black Widow. We're finally getting a Black Widow movie, which we've been begging for 10 years, right? The green looks like it's dying. The yellow's the brightest out of all of them. The orange is the least amount of bright. I don't know if that has anything to do with the position. I'm moving this about, and it doesn't seem to change the brightness of the yellow or the others. So I don't know why there would be as bright or brighter than the others. By the way, if you ever wonder why I drop things a lot, I have a bad back, and I don't have sensation in my fingers and feet like a normal person. And no, it's not neuropathy; it's radiculopathy caused from the pinching of the nerves in my spine. And I've already had surgery performed, and there's only so much that can be done. But I really can't tell if I'm holding things as tightly as like the normal person can. And that's why I drop things a lot, by the way. In case you've ever wondered, it's not because I'm fumbly or whatever. It's because I really can't tell if I'm holding on to something as good as somebody else. So if you'll notice also, I touch about what I can feel because that's important to me. I don't have the sensations like a normal person. So if I can feel something, I mean, that's a pretty big deal. So just sharing a little bit about me. That I don't talk that much about what's really going on with me, but that's why I drop things a lot. But it's still kind of funny. I mean, I laugh at it. Don't take offense whenever I drop something, but I just didn't want you guys to think that I was a totally blithering idiot. Maybe a little bit, but no, I'm not a blithering idiot. Now, this is about as much fist as you can get in this, by the way, in case you're wanting to fold his hand totally up. Now, I didn't, I don't see a weapon on the floor, so I'm assuming he didn't come with a weapon. I don't remember him having a weapon in Infinity Wars. If you wanted to put a weapon in his hand, I suppose you probably could. Definitely, in game, he has his double-bladed sword. Which, by the way, I noticed when I was watching the movie yesterday morning. I seen it at 10 o'clock in the morning. The his sword was cutting right through Captain America's shield, right? And which meant that sword was pretty much indestructible. But what was it that I seen? There was something I seen that was destroying the sword. Was it Scarlet Witch? Scarlet Witch was the one that was destroying the sword, his sword, which goes back to my opinion on her being the absolute most powerful being superhero in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And she's literally like about to rip Thanos into itty bitty little Thanos pieces. She's already destroying his sword, which destroyed everything. The sword, nothing was stopping his sword. His sword was more powerful than anything that the Avengers had. And she just goes up there and just starts getting ready to take him apart, just disassemble him. She's so angry at him, it's not even funny. So you don't ever want to get Scarlet Witch on your bad side, I'll tell you that much. So where are we at? Let's get them put together. Let's get our Thanos up here. Put him next to Tony. I'm curious what the color is difference between these two. Same color, by the way. A little darker on this one, but it's the same color. So one of the questions that people were saying was, is he blue, purple, pink, whatever? It's pretty much the same color. These two figures, they're pretty much the same color. And here they are side by side. By the way, so you can see that the size difference between what they originally told us, Guardians of the Galaxy, Thanos, and then the fleshed out, totally Josh Brolin, no other actor portraying him, because like I said, several actors portrayed this guy, or two actors portrayed this guy, but Josh Brolin played both of them. But here he is totally fleshed out. Where am I at? Put him next to Tony. Just get a fist on him. Oh, I got an announcement from that my Mark 50 accessories are coming shortly. So that's going to be exciting. I'm going to take Tony out of his. And man, I tell you, this Mark 50, I really am digging this for real. It's, oh my God. I wonder what the Mark 85 is going to be like. But no, this Mark 50 is right on target. Here's your size comparison, guys. Let's get Guardian Thanos out of the way. Make some room here. Look at that. Give him a hug, Tony. He's not that bad of a guy. Oh, Thanos, I'm so sorry that we fought. Why can't we all just get along? Because I feel that you're disgusting, wretched humans, and you should die. Kill everybody. Start over again from scratch. Then you must die, Thanos. How big is he compared to Hulk? We have Ragnarok Hulk here. Thanos looks like Thanos looks quite small compared to Hulk, I must say. Hulk for fact is just a beast compared to Thanos. And this has been Hulk size in all of the current Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. He hasn't changed size. But if I remember correctly, I think the Edward Norton is a different size, but for fact in the Ang Lee one, he is for fact much larger. And that's true to the comics as well, because if I remember correctly, depending on how raged he was would determine how big he actually gets. And oh, so another thing that came to my mind last night, that as I was watching the movie again, because the question about War Machine. So we have the Mark IV in Infinity War. And then all of a sudden we get the Mark VI. And Endgame starts off with him in the Mark IV, and then we see the Mark VI. And then, of course, he has a different suit for the very Endgame battle. And I was trying to figure out where the Mark V was. And it kind of, I didn't pay attention until it was too late. And I haven't gone and seen the movie again. So this is kind of like your assignment, guys. Let me know what you think. If you're going to go see the movie, or if you've paid attention enough to the movie, tell me what you think on this. When they get their quantum realm suits, everybody's suit is exactly the same except for War Machine's. And War Machine's essentially is another War Machine armor. Everyone else is wearing the same suit that Tony is, only scaled for them, from like Hulk size all the way down to rocket size. But War Machine is wearing a War Machine suit. And here's my thought. That's the Mark V. He had to make it for him. So what I was looking for is there's one scene where we get a full straight-on view, for the most part, head to toe. Definitely have to the thigh on War Machine when he transitions from the quantum suit to the Mark VI. And I wished I'd thought this when he was doing that, to see whether or not either on the thigh or on the arm where he normally would have it at, whether it says Mark V. So here's your assignment if you choose to accept it. If you haven't seen the movie, or if you're planning on going to see the movie, let me know if it says anything on that quantum realm suit that War Machine wears, if that's where the Mark V is. Which goes back to, I pray that they give us all the quantum realm suits. I want several Hulks out of this movie. I want, right? And I think I probably speak with you guys as well, in agreement in regards to all of that. So, where are we at? We got this unboxed. We got a size comparison done. We got an amazing view of the Infinity Gauntlet lit up. Love it. What do you guys want to talk about? I've been rambling so much I haven't been paying attention to chat, which I don't know. I don't normally do that. Oh, let's see. How well articulated is he? For the most part, the neck doesn't move. It's just the head. So the head can be shifted forward and back a bit, tilted left and right, and can look up that much and can look down that much. Not much articulation in that neck. The arms can be brought out as such. Can be raised up in that manner. So there's a lot of movement there, even though there's not, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Okay? So you really can't get a T out of him. That's as far up as he goes there. This does have a bending elbow, okay? But as you'll notice, when you bend it up, you get that. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to want that. So be happy that it's seamless because it looks more realistic, but you're not going to want to put a bunch of bend in there. Like the most bend you're going to want is just enough so you don't get a crack in that, because as time goes, this is going to be a problem. So you don't want to bend it far at all. If nothing else, if at all possible, you're going to want to keep it straight if you can for your posing needs. And it's the same with both elbows. Both of them can be bent, and it can be bent all the way up to that. But again, don't recommend it. You have two fists and you have two, excuse me, I'm talking out my butt right now. You have one fist and one kind of like, I don't know, grasping, reaching, choking hand. And that's it. Because on this side, it's only Infinity Gauntlet. You can't display the arm without the Infinity Gauntlet. It is always with the Infinity Gauntlet. There is no Infinity Gauntleted arm for this. It only comes with an Infinity Gauntlet. Now, looking at this with that in mind, would this arm be able to be customized to go on the other side? And I'm going to say probably not. It's not like it was just as simple as switching the arm around in some manner to make a left arm over here to have a pre-Infinity Gauntlet arm. And I can't think of in Infinity War when there was a moment when he didn't have the gauntlet on, even in the beginning of the movie, when he's encountering the Asgardians. He already has the gauntlet on. He already has one of the stones, which he got from Ronan, which they totally didn't even show anything on in the movie. Hello. Can somebody explain that to me? What's up with that? What happened to, why don't we get to see that? I mean, I don't know why we didn't get that. You guys have any idea why we didn't get that? Yeah, I don't know why there was a Thanos size difference. I don't think that it was Hot Toys that made that incorrectly. I think it was the Marvel Cinematic Universe that made it incorrectly in regards to the size of Thanos. I don't think Hot Toys did that. His foot can pivot forward and back, and there's not an ankle pivot. This is fixed, so you have very limited ankle movement on there. So you're not going to be able to get him into like really exaggerated poses. But the size of this guy, for the most part, he's going to be your main draw. You're going to want to put him into his, for the most part, standing position, or maybe you decide you want to put him into a type of a kneeling position or something. I'd have to pay attention to the movie more to see how I want to end up posing him with the other figures interacting with him. But he's going to be your main focus, and then everyone else is going to be around him. So in all actuality, the ankle pose isn't going to be here. It's going to be in your Mark 50 and in your Iron Spider and those guys that you're going to want to put up against him in the diorama display of Thanos in Infinity War. And again, you can put him up against Captain America. You can put him up against Thor here on Earth. There's many people that you could fight him against. Vision, have him snatching the stone out of his skull. Could you imagine customizing a Vision like that? Ugh. With his hole in his head? But I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to put him on Titan fighting the guys there. That's how I believe I'm going to do Thanos. He's a necessary piece. I think he was almost $400, 300 and something dollars. If you can find one. I don't know what he'd be selling for nowadays. But he's the story. Like, oh my god. This is so getting framed. I'm telling you right now, this is so getting framed. This is what they gave us yesterday at the movie. And it's heavy cardstock. And it's an artist rendition of the Iron Man Infinity Gauntlet. There's no signature as to who did this that I see anywhere on this. It's part of the campaign, the advertising for the movie. And right down here it says, "We love you, 3000 Marvel Studios." And you can look at that as in several ways as to how you want to interpret that. But this, for fact, is getting framed. No doubt about it. I was, what a pleasant surprise and what a welcome piece to receive going there. This is this says it all. It really does. It says it all. And I'm really happy to get this. I hope you guys, if you go to the movie, I hope they give this to you. It's well worth the price of admission to the movie to get this. and this is a fact, will get framed. No doubt about it. This is going up in this room with all of this. It says everything. It literally says everything. It's everything. It's like Tony tells us. He's seen this all the way back in Avengers, the first one. And Thanos has been in his mind ever since then. So where are we at? What you guys want to talk about? Like I said, I've got the Black Panther coming up next week. Oh, and I've also got, I don't know if you can see back there, Legends of the Force C-3PO, a couple of them I'm going to open up. So after Black Panther, I'll be doing that. And I imagine hopefully around the time after I get through with those in the next couple of weeks, Black Panther and the C-3POs, the Mark 50 accessories will be here. So that's what I've got planned. I've ordered the X-34 1/6 scale land speeder from Juiced. So I'm going to have to start collecting Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi, Alec Guinness Obi-Wan Kenobi from the original trilogy for that. And my pre-order list is about this long. And you guys got anything on your mind you want to talk about? Had you guys for a little over an hour. Appreciate you guys joining me. Really enjoy spending time with y'all. I have a P.O. box. Send me stuff. Send me letters. Send me artwork. Send me whatever you want. If you want me to unbox something, I'll unbox it. I'll send it back to you. I have no problem doing that. It's in the description below, and it's also on my About page. The P.O. box is where you can mail me stuff here in Carmichael, California. And I have a Patreon if you wish to help out financially. Even if it's only $1 a month, you'd be surprised how much that adds up. And I'll give you an example. From my understanding, before YouTube changed their monetization policies back in 2015, the beginning of the year 2015. So when I first joined YouTube, in order to become monetized, you had to have a certain subscriber base, and you had to be. It was a whole huge list of hoops that you had to jump through in order to become monetized through YouTube. And so I finally was able to jump through all those hoops, and then they decided to open monetization up to everybody, and they changed everything. So essentially, it went from being, for the most part, you could almost count 50 cents on every subscriber that you had as money in your pocket a month. You could almost go to the point where you could say, if you had 100,000 subscribers, you made $50,000 a year, literally, from YouTube money. And that ain't the case anymore. When they changed everything in 2015, it's now essentially 0.00001 cent per 1,000 clicks. So if you have 100,000 subscribers now, you'd be lucky if you made a few $1,000, period. So when YouTube did that, they said, tell your subscribers to subscribe to you on Patreon. If they enjoy watching your movies, have them support you. And that was their answer to all of that. So you'd be surprised how much $1 really goes in regards to helping out your YouTube creators that you enjoy watching. So if you'd like to participate in helping me grow my channel, I have a Patreon. It's Siri Emerald, and I would love to have you as a Patreon. I have nothing to promise you. I'm not going to hand out $300 Hot Toys figures to my Patreon. I mean, come on. I pay for these with my own money, and I don't make that kind of money to be able to dish that out. So all I can do is just literally say thank you. But follow me on Facebook. Follow me I also very rarely put anything up on Pinterest and Instagram. I mean, very rarely. And Twitter. I mean, if ever. But I'm there. I have a presence there. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you're already a subscriber, thank you very much. I love every one of you guys. Like I said, I buy pretty much all my figures from Big Bad Toy Store because they ship worldwide and you don't pay for it until it arrives in the store. Very rarely do they require a down payment, whereas some of the other companies require a down payment as soon as you place the order for the product. And Big Bad Toy Store packages properly their products so your boxes don't get damaged. It's pretty rare to get a damaged box from Big Bad Toy Store, whereas from Sideshow, they just send it right in the same box that Hot Toys sent it to you in, and it could get beat up. I mean, I've had it get through the shipper right into the other box and into the styrofoam inside of it. And if you read the box, it literally says on there that this isn't. Someplace it says on here about this package. Here it is, right here. It says this package is intended to protect the product itself only. Replacement requests will not be considered, even if it is damaged. So if this package is damaged, they're not going to replace the product for that. Final product may be slightly vary from picture. So that's just to tell you they don't care. So when Sideshow just sends it right in the shipper from Hot Toys and this gets destroyed, hey, too bad, so sad. All they're cared about is the product inside of it, not the box. But we love our box. We love the artwork. We hold on to these boxes. I think the land speeder will be ready probably in 3 months. That's just my guess. I think that was what Juice had set up for the payment of it. So when I ordered it, it said 3 monthly payments. So I had to put down, I think it was $178 or something, which included the shipping, and then pay $100 for 3 months after that. So I imagine in 3 months it'll be here. I'm hoping. So that's where we are on that. Let's see. Oh, did I answer the question about my top Hot Toys figures? So definitely the Mark 7 diecast. Definitely the Mark 50. Love that guy. And let's see. Deadpool. Love Deadpool. Just speaking Hot Toys. So outside of Hot Toys, I'd have to say pretty much any Bison figure for fact, because those bodies are amazing. I like my Black Panther. It's pretty cool. Any Black Widow. My Age of Ultron Black Widow is probably my favorite, but any Black Widow. Did I say Deadpool already? Doctor Strange is a must-have. The Iron Man Mark 5, for fact, die-cast, definitely. And either the Iron Man Mark 4 or Mark 6 die-cast, definitely. So the 4, 5, and 6 go without saying in the die-cast and Mark 7. So 4, 5, 6, 7, there you go, hands down. They're in the top. Any version of the die-cast figures of that. And then, of course, I have my Gunmetal and my Secret Project, which are limited editions from my understanding, and they're just cool, and they are unique. The Mark III needs to be redone, even though I have the red diecast Mark III and the blue diecast Mark III. I just feel it needs to be redone. I'm really digging the Heartbreaker. Love the Heartbreaker and or Tank, and or the Mark 9 and Mark 20. So those four armors, the legs on them appeal to me for whatever reason. The Mark 40 shotgun, I like that because it is aerodynamic, if you will. And I'm looking up at my figures as I'm thinking about that for the most part, guys. And the Mark 15 Sneaky, I dig that. I really dig the hand on that. It's really cool. And if you can get a hold of one, which goes back to the Mark 7, the Mark 21 Midas Chrome Edition is an amazing piece. And I'm really happy to have him right there. And then Mark 23 is cool because of the digital camo armor that he has on him. I don't even know how many numbers that is, but that's where they are in regards to things. The Hulkbuster, come on, he's your centerpiece. How can you possibly go wrong with the Hulkbuster? And the Hulkbuster 2, even though he's not getting much love, he's an important part of the story, and I think he's a requirement. I love my red snapper. I modified my red snapper, which makes him even more loved. It's so hard. It's like if any of you are parents, you know what I mean. If you have more than one child, who do you love more? You can't really say one or the other. I love all my figures. I really like all of my little R2D2s, all versions of them, the R5s, all those little astromechs. Love them all. I guess the newer BB-8 of the two BB-8s. Although I like the brownish one more than the orangish one, and I'm not sure which one is actually what he's supposed to be. Maybe orange is him cleaned up, and brown is when he's on the planet and he's all filthy and dirty. But I like the newer one because it has the thumbs up, the Iron Legion. I love that piece because it's unique in regards to how everything works on it as far as the battery compartments go. And I was hoping that they were going to stick with that, and they didn't. I mean, he's totally unlike any other Iron Man figure in regards to his construction and how he's put together, and they didn't continue on with that. It's a whole other thing altogether. So I would suppose that would be my favorites out of all these. I would have to say. I really don't have a favorite Thor. Any Thor seems to be a good Thor. And I really don't have a favorite Hulk. Any Hulk seems to be a good Hulk. I dig this Venom, but he's not Hot Toys. Really dig this Venom by Bullethead. An amazing piece. He's very classic to the show. And all my Spider-Man, all the Spider-Man, especially if you're a Spider-Man fan, now is the best time in the world for you. Are you talking about if you're like trying to kit bash and to make a cap? Oh, you're trying to sell those pieces? The AOU magnet shield for Captain America, yeah. I enjoy the magnet shield better than the ones where you have to strap in. I don't know why they didn't make them all magnets. It would have been so much easier for us. The non-magnet ones are a mess, in my opinion. A cap body, or you're going with a Pheison body? You're trying to get an original Hot Toys cap body? Or are you going to go with a Pheison body? I thought one fell over here. Ah, I see. Oh, you know what I just found? Another Thanos hand. So, Crossbones dropped his little sword there. Thanos comes with 3 hands. Because he committed suicide, I didn't see this hand. He has his fist, his relaxed hand, and the grabby hand. So, I'm sorry I didn't see this other hand. And neither of these are articulated. It could have made them articulated, but I guess it's not necessary. If you want to make a fist, you make a fist. So there's 3 hands that come with Thanos. And like I said, only because he committed suicide did I not know this. So forgive me, guys, for not showing you this other hand. Just found it on the floor. His body parts. M33 for AOU. What's ever seen the M33 and M34 and what the other ones? Is the higher the number, the bulkier that they are? Well, yeah, because you've got $100 for the Pheison body right off the bat. But what you get out of that is, I mean, it's a Pheison body. How can you go wrong? How can you go wrong with the Pheison body? I love my Lady Deaths and my Vampirellas. I love them. They're amazing, absolutely amazing. I don't know what to say. You know, it's almost like, you know, if I had the room and the expertise on the Star Wars line to be able to collect all the neat little Star Wars people that they made and make a Fisons out of all of them. You know, I don't even know what they're all called. Like the Twi'leks and what was the Anakin's Padawan? I forget what race she was, and all of those unique alien species, and making them out of Fison bodies. God, wouldn't that be so cool? The can't go wrong with the Fison body. That's all I have to say. I love my Yondu. I really love Yondus, and I bought two of them because I wanted to display one in the original when we first see him in the first movie with the mohawk. I don't even know what you call that. And then the other one I have with the prototype, what he called the prototype cap there. I thought for a fact we would have seen Sean Gunn continuing on with the arrow in any of the movies, and we didn't. That was interesting. I don't know why he didn't continue on that. Of course, he's the one who acts out Rocket for us, and he's related to James. I think they're brothers. So the M32, is that smaller than the 33 and the 34, and the 34, is that bigger than the 33? Is that how that works, Robert? So unless you've got anything else for me, guys, I'm going to let y'all go. Yeah, thank you again for tuning in. I really appreciate all of y'all. And if you're in the United States, you have a happy 4th of July. If you're in Canada, you have a happy Canada Day. And if you're in the UK, hey, thanks for letting us start our country. And the rest of the world, happy to have all of y'all. Melvin, welcome. Glad to have you. I was just about to wrap up. I don't know if you guys wanted to talk about anything else before I got out of here. One-quarter scale what? What are you saying 1/4 scale? Oh, I guess the Spider-Mans are shipping now. What was it somebody said they got? The advanced suit is shipping now. So, I mean, not here in the United States, but I guess Asia's getting theirs. So that's the one with the white spider on his chest. Of course, I've got that on pre-order. And I've not played the video game. Doesn't matter. I want all those Spider-Men. All of them. Want them all. Yes. Just like Iron Man. Still want the rest of the Iron Man suits as well. All right, Robert. We'll see you, man. And thanks for stopping in. All of you guys. 1/4 scale. Yeah, what good is that if you're a 1/6 scale collector? What good is a 1/4 scale Batman Begins? If you're trying to make a 1/6 scale Batman Begins, right? It's not going to work out. It's not going to help you. I feel your pain. So I've got to figure out where I'm going to put this. I've got my Infinity War cap, and I have my Infinity War Black Widow down there, and these guys are going to have to definitely be together. I've got to get me another one of these. Got to. So, thanks for stopping in, guys. Y'all have a good week. Go see the movie if you haven't seen it. And if you have seen it, go see it anyhow. And especially if you haven't seen the added footage. And don't forget to bring your box of tissues with you. And send me stuff. Drop me a line. We'll see you, man. Thanks very much. How do I turn this off? Here we go. Bye. Peace. See you on the next video. Happy collecting.